Yeah, Samriddhi, I think you can start.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for confirmation. So we will start with the event today. So we are uh, at the group discussion stage of Capital Conclave. This is the solo debate uh, event. So we will be shortlisting you all so that you can qualify for the next level. Let me just quickly go through all the details. So, firstly, I'll start with today's topic. So, the today's topic is linguistic nationalism. Is it uniting or dividing India? So, as we know, in current day scenario, we are witnessing a nationwide outrage on this around this topic. So, this is a two-edged sword, and we would like to hear your thoughts upon this topic. What do you think about linguistic nationalism and its effect and cons also? So, our judge will be Priya ma'am today. I'll introduce you to her a bit later. I'll go with over the rules firstly. So, yes, to maintain the decorum of the meeting, kindly raise your hand to speak. We will allow you to speak in the queue order. So, as you raise your hand, a queue will form. Kindly refrain yourself from using any other language other than English, as this is a pan-India event. So, we have to make sure that you are understandable to your co-participants as well. And since we had a massive number of registrations, we will set the time limit of this group discussion per person at 1 minute. But at my discretion, we may allow to increase it as well. So we will allow you to speak for more time, like 2 minutes or 3 minutes as well. You will be judged upon the quality of your opinion and not how often you speak. So make sure your points are solid and you speak the facts clearly. And we have already shared you the judging criteria, I believe, in the doc. And you and the markings of the judges of the honorable judge are final. So that's there. Depending upon the participant count, as I already told you, that you will be allotted initially 1 minute. So you may treat it as your opening statement. So give us your stance, and in your next turn, you can uh, broaden up a little. Depend if we increase the time limit to 2 minutes. So I believe our judge is here, um, Dr. Priya Sharma.
Yeah, good evening, everybody.
Good evening, ma'am. So, let me just quickly introduce you all to her. So, I'm really honored to have you here, ma'am, on
Thank
our group discussion.
Yes, please.
So let me just go over the details of all our qualifications also. So ma'am is uh, ma'am is mostly in the academic field, and she has over 15 years of experience, and this is mostly in the field of English language education, I believe, and she holds a PhD in English language. So she has a very strong background in both teaching and research, and her work spans over curriculum design, language training, student placements, and academic leadership. And throughout her career, ma'am has been recognized for her dedication and innovation in education sector, and she has received various awards for the same. So she got Best Teacher Award and Best Academician Award as well in 2024 and 2025 respectively. She has presented various papers on national and international level in the conferences, and published research paper on IEEE as well. Her patents are in educational technology, which furthermore highlights her commitment to academic advancement. Ma'am, we are highly honored to have you here. If you would like, so I would like you to speak a few words to our participants before we begin.
Thank you, Smriddhi. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
So, first of all, I would like to congratulate every participant who are going to participate in this competition. See, this competition and debate, whatever you call it, this is not the debate competition. Keep in this mind. This we are just discussing with each other and going to share views. We are going to listen each and other because everybody has a different perspective about the different aspect, right? I would say you may keep in this mind that this is only discussion, not the debate, not the competition. If you will keep these things in your mind, you will present yourself more effectively. That's it, I would say. And all the best, everybody. Thank you, Smriddhi. Over to you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your kind words and a little heads up of our students here. So we would like to begin with the topic. So please start raising your hands. Also, a little like a note to you all. Kindly turn on your cameras when you are speaking. It is a it's a good practice, and we highly encourage you if you do that same. So I see Tamajit first here. Tamajit, please start.
Uh, Good evening, everyone, our esteemed judge and my fellow participants. Linguistic nationalism has united India by transforming regional identities into pillars of federal democracy. Pre-independence, Gandhi championed Hindustani, a blend of Hindi and Urdu, to bridge communal divides. Post 1947, the State Reorganization Act 1956 institutionalized linguistic states, diffusing separatist movements like the Telugu Demand for Andhra Pradesh. Tamil Nadu's 1965 anti-Hindi protest forced a compromising, retaining English, ensuring unity amid diversity. Philosophically, Benedict Anderson's imagined communities explain how Bengali become a rallying cry during Bangladesh 1971 liberation war, providing language fosters solidarity. India's 22nd scheduled language reflects a state of nations, united, not divided. Thank you.
Thank you, Tamajit. We will move over to Vignesh Mishra next.
Uh, can I please get a confirmation that I'm both audible and visible?
Yes, you are.
Thank you. So, I believe that linguistic nationalism is somewhat, in at least the mild form, necessary for the unity of India. Why? Because India's linguistic diversity is a testament to its rich cultural heritage. Each language is an ecosystem of its own. There are languages like Sanskrit, the mother of many Indian tongues, which most Indians consider to be one of their divine languages, which also contains the wisdom of their ancestors. Then there are languages like Tamil, which are like our university, Indian Institute of Technology Madras, is situated in Chennai, which is in Tamil Nadu, where Tamil is spoken. It is also considered by many to be the oldest language. Again, considered by many, not all. Then there is Maithili. I come from Mithila. Maithili is spoken here, which has a rich heritage of its own. Now, there are several such languages, and to hold on to our Indian identity, this macro identity, we need to hold on to the micro identity. Micro identities within it, which comprise it, and these languages are tools through which we can hold on to these micro identities within India, such that we identify from where we are. Again, there's one thing that we need to keep in mind when we say all of this, that when linguistic nationalism, when this language comes before anything else, then it starts to create problems. So that is my point in nutshell.
Thank you, Vignesh. Over to the next participant, Isha. Isha, please, I'd like you to stall a little. I have to confirm something for you. So, Athar Bushra, please start.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
A nation divided not by sword or gun, but by tongues that speak more than one. When pride in language blinds our sight, we lose the bond that make us right. A very good evening to one and all presented here, respected jury members, and all my fellow participants. Today, Ayathar Mishra from Nalamalla House is here to share my views how linguistic nationalism is dividing India. India's strength has always been its plurality, not a singular identity. When nationalism is defined by one language, it, it seems to be exclusionary. It doesn't empower the unity of India. The imposition of one language over others, often in the name of national unity, risks the cultural and religious background of all the people here. So language is not meant to be not meant to express culture. Language is meant to express culture, not to suppress it. So such points we have already seen, we have seen regional backlash and cultural insecurity between the people of India. Thank you.
Thank you, Athar. We move on to the next participant, Sandeep.
So good evening, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. So since it's a Friday evening, I have a lovely kid near me. So if there are any noises, please don't mind it. Okay. So I'll start very light with the topic. So linguistic nationalism. From what I understand, it is the view that a language is used as an identity for a nation. That is one language. But India is predominantly a democratic country which values each and every language, even being it a majority or a minority. If we are not giving importance to all the minorities, there is no diversity and unity. So India will lose its image. So that's what I would like to start my argument with, and we'll keep building the argument by going forward. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sandeep. Next up, we have Rakshit.
Rakshita.
Oh, okay, Rakshita. Okay, sorry. Yes, Rakshita.
No worries, no worries. Okay, am I visible and audible? Just wanted to confirm.
Yes, you are. You are.
Okay, hello everyone. I'm Rakshita Srinivasan. I'm in the foundation level of DS, and I wanted to speak for the topic that linguistic nationalism unites India. I'd like to begin by saying this: India is a land of languages. It is known for being the land that has one of the most number of languages that are spoken in every part of the nation. Every region speaks with its own rhythm, from Tamil in the south to Kashmiri in the north, from Assamese in the east to Marathi in the west. My mother tongue being Tamil, and I have grown up in Maharashtra. So I have the best of both worlds in a way. But again, when people hear their language spoken, even for me, when I speak Tamil spoken in my college or anywhere near me, it fills me with a sense of pride, and that every single language is spoken in all parts of the world, and that it is not divided based on the borders of the nation, right? It sends a powerful message that we belong. Promoting regional languages builds pride, strengthens local identity, and most importantly, makes people included. However, if we want to communicate with each other across the nation, we need to have one common language. I cannot speak in Tamil and expect somebody from the north who does not know Tamil to understand what I'm saying. We need to have a medium, and for that, they have chosen a language as Hindi. Linguistic nationalism doesn't mean rejecting a national language, it means honoring all languages equally. So it brings diverse communities together by giving them equal space to thrive. So, yes, when done with respect and balance and taken into consideration that many people may not want to um, go beyond their own comfort space, linguistic nationalism does not divide. It strengthens the university in our diversity. Thank you.
Thank you, Rakshita. Next up, we'll go to Isha Haldar. Haldar.
Okay, thank you, Samriti. Honorable judges, esteemed opponents, and respected opponents and the esteemed audience. India is a nation which is built on diversity, where language is not just a means of communication, but a symbol of identity and pride. Linguistic nationalism, rather than dividing us, strengthens our unity by celebrating our rich cultural heritage and empowering regional communities. Our constitution safeguards linguistic diversity, ensuring that every language thrives without diminishing our collective Indian identity. From Tamil literature to Bengali poetry, from Marathi traditions to Telugu cinema, our languages enrich the fabric of our nation. Recognizing and respecting linguistic nationalism fosters inclusivity, allowing every citizen to feel seen and valued. It nurtures cultural exchange, economic progress, and social harmony. Thank you.
Thank you, Isha. Next, we have Kushal.
Good evening, everyone. Language is a gift that is means to unite people and bring them together. So I am going to speak on the topic language nationalism unites us until we don't force it on or force it on someone's face. The tagline of India, unity in diversity, it's not just about culture, it's about language that unites us. Cause the culture can fade away through the generations, but language is the last and only thing that keeps it together, keeping the tree stand high and tall. If the roots of language is there to keep it alive, it's not just a tool of communications, it's the binding force that keeps the civilization alive and together. Thank you.
Thank you, Kushal. Next up, Anubhav.
Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are.
Greetings, everyone. There is one very grave fact that we are forgetting. In this war of linguism, supremacy, and regional stubbornness, we are tearing pages out of a book which is not even written in a single script. Like, I don't speak Hindi to impress Delhi, or I don't speak Tamil in spite of Delhi. I just speak because they are both mine. I speak similarly like I speak, be it English or Marathi, or be it Sanskrit or Puranic Sanskrit. That truly united India doesn't sound like everyone speaking in a single kahoni, in a single melody. No, it sounds like 100 voices singing in a symphony in itself. While one side demands obedience in Hindi, the other screams isolation, regional pride, which at some point tends to reach some part of regional absolutism. And why is it happening? It's because the North wants Hindi, the South wants autonomy, the East wants respect, and the West, well, they just want to be heard. And we are still here trying to write India in a singular font. And that is something which we'll need a lot of luck with. And that's what I would say with the end. Good luck with writing India in a single font, which has never happened and was not even done before 1947 in India. Thank you.
Thank you, Anubhav. Next, we have Venkata Subbareddy. You are not audible. Uh, is it me? I am. Yes, yes. Okay. Uh, well put. Sorry, I couldn't hear you. I'm just here. Am I visible? Uh, yes, you are. But actually, you had a matching name with someone, so you are not next. I'll call upon your name later. So we have well sure. Put. Yes, Samriddhi Mishra. Also, kindly after your turn, what you can do is come with your IITM mail ID. But I'm allowing you to speak currently.
Sorry.
After your turn, please switch your ID to IITM official ID.
Sure, sure.
Okay? You can go
Okay,
right
okay.
now. Yes.
Sure. It's okay, it's okay. So, hello everyone. Hello Samriddhi from another Samriddhi, and hello my fellow participants. This is Samriddhi, and I will be speaking in the motion of the topic how linguistic nationalism divides India. So, I would like to start with the point that if we take India as a nation, it is a federation. Okay, so when we say India is a federation, it means that it is a union of states. It is not like United States, which is a united, it is not like the United Kingdom unitary state, which is just one. India has had multiple regions and they all have been together under a central government body, which makes it a country. So, Article 1 of India, Article 1 of our constitution itself states that India should be a union of states. So, that feature, if we keep it in our heads, if we keep it in our mind, you know, one feature of federation is that anatomy is granted to people of states to preserve their culture. And when it comes to their culture, everything boils down to their language because their language has roots. And hence, I would say that national linguism will not work for a country like India. It is always going to be dividing people because every other state is going to feel like a language is being imposed to them or a language is made superior to theirs. We can take example of the recent riot in Tamil Nadu, which has been outbreaking, in which multiple uh, those labor classes of Bihar and UP were beaten up because some languages were being imposed on them. So I am speaking against the motion that it is never going to work in favor of India. The term national linguism or monolinguism. Thank you.
Thank you, Samriddhi. And please switch your ID. Next up, we have
Sure.
Sai Harini. Yes, ma'am. Yes, Sai Harini. Please go next. Am I visible? Yes, you are visible and you are. Yeah. Sorry for the lighting. Actually, I am on terrace. So, yes, ma'am. I am K. Venkatasai Harini and I am currently in diploma level of the BS degree and I'm from Saranda House. As someone rightly mentioned, I guess it was Anubhav, that you know, linguistic nationalism is not about multiple people having to say in the same, singing a song in the same lyrics, but it's about just having the same flow, same tune. So, nationalism refers to the belief that a country can have various diverse linguistic groups, but can and should have the liberty to use their native language in official matters. So we have like 22 scheduled languages in the constitution,
and we have around 122 plus dialects and variations. Now, it was introduced and aimed to accommodate like local languages, local culture into a common book, a common ground, so that there is no friction between multiple languages. Though there are some disadvantages, like there is fragmentation, there is like language politics. We see that in Tamil Nadu versus like the Tamil versus Hindi, and even in Kannada, I would like to specify that I've gone across a case where uh, in the milk packets there is dahi written instead of the local Kannadiga language. So the Kannadigas now use like dahi in the home instead of their own, their own language. So this like kinds of using Hindi as a national language is good, but it should not be interrupting the local tradition and the local language. So there are a lot of advantages of linguistic nationalism, like it does strengthen the federalism, it does decentralize the power to all the states that are present, it does preserve the cultural identity of every local, every region. So unity lies in like respecting the diversity while also promoting a common ground where like people can communicate easily, wherein language is seen as a medium to improve unity of nation. So I wish language is seen as a tool of communication and not as a divider that is a source of like division or conflict. So that is all I would like to tell. Thank you, Sai Harini. Next we have Subbarao Vibhav.
Yeah, so good evening, everyone. So, before I put out my points, I would like to tell that in India, we have over 700 plus languages, which is just in 2011 census, and more than 2000 dialects, with each dialect changing over districts. Even some case, there are multiple dialects in a same city itself or a same village. And also, India as a country is running on a core of regions separated by language and culture. It's not like whole India has the same culture or whole India has the same language. So just because there is a majority of people speaking a single language doesn't mean the whole country has to adapt to it. The entirety of the idea separation on language and culture came about because it's easier to give out information or spread language or education or any system in the local language rather than making everyone learn a singular language. To put it in perspective, like if 10 people are going out on a dinner, just because 7 people eat meat doesn't mean that other 3 has to eat. So everyone has their own preferences, own system, own culture. Doesn't mean that everyone has to follow it to the core. Language, for example, Hindi as a national language exists because lot of people want to, like the center wants to communicate in a common language, let it be Hindi or English, but that doesn't mean the center has the right to make sure that the only language exists is Hindi just because it's use it for communication. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Vibhav. Next we have Tarun.
Thank you. Is I am audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Language is more than just words. It's our identity, culture, history. In India, where thousands of languages and dialects exist, language is not just a medium of talking, but expression, our culture. I am from Bangalore. I don't speak Kannada, but no one yet forced me to speak Kannada. This is all the news going on, like people are forcing someone to speak some particular languages. In India, there are many languages like Marwari, Rajasthani, Avdi that are more older than Hindi, but are commonly called as dialects of Hindi. We are not just promoting one language or supremazing one language. We are forcing the cultural identity of some groups to be commonized under the same roof. We are not only focusing on nationalism, linguistic nationalism, but promoting a specific language. And we are intentionally making a language dead. We are intentionally dying a grown up literature of a particular language. And we can learn from the countries like from the European countries, where every border is divided on the basis of language. We don't want the same thing to happen in India. We can see from the Bangladesh example, a nation was built on the basis of language. Linguistic nationalism in India is like a fitting a rainbow into a single color. It loses its beauty. If we truly want unity, we must build a nation where every language is heard, not just one imposed. We should rather focusing on regional languages and promoting it in our way of administration, schools, and judiciary system, so that our all the languages have equal and respective representation in their states and all over the India. So rather than focusing on one language, we should promote all the languages with respect and dignity. Thank you.
Thank you, Karan. So after this, what we will do is we are increasing the time limit to 3 minutes. You will get sufficient 3 minutes, but kindly restrict yourselves to the time limit. Stick to the time limit. You are getting enough time, I believe. So Vignesh Mishra.
Thank you. I had been listening to the speakers before me, and there's one thing that has to be discussed which has not been discussed yet. The definition of, like in political theory, we have this definition of linguistic nationalism. What it entails, I'll not state the exact definition, I'll paraphrase it in my own words. What it entails here is that it emphasizes the role of language in the national identity. How exactly language has to be there. That is what linguistic nationalism is all about. Now, there are three main streams, I'll say, of thoughts when it comes to languages within India, the policy attitude towards languages. One is the Hindi, Hindu, Hindutva stream. The second is, you can say, a more libertarian, minority language rights and federal approach to languages. And then there is a third approach too, which kind of says that while Hindi can be promoted as a national language, but it is not to be forced upon everyone. It can be promoted by the government. So the point here is that when these three streams are colliding, the libertarian stream, which often runs with the undercurrents of regional languages which promote their own, you can say, agenda. Everyone has their own agenda. The issue that every language that is a part that has been spoken in India since years makes up the Indian identity, which was my original point. It eludes that point, and that point has to be kept in mind by all. When you give away your language for homogeneity, today you will have to give away your language, you'll have to give away your culture for homogeneity later on. When you say for nationalism, I'll give away my regional language, you'll have to say that for tomorrow, for when a globalist trend, which is already on the rise, globalism is already on the rise, we will have to adjust to the global currents. And that is a force that has been taking place. Now, the issue that it can, this linguistic nationalism as a tool can marginalize minority language, because this is true. This is true even within the states where people say, like, I'll give an example of Karnataka, where Tulu is spoken, which is often said to be neglected. This is true. But the Constitution, Article 30 of the Constitution, has provided the rights to the linguistic minorities to establish their own educational institutes and other such institutions without any discrimination from the government. So our constitution makers realized that this would be an important issue. There was a linguistic reorganization in 1960 of the states. Some say it has failed, some say it has succeeded, but it was there. The state of Andhra came into existence due to the fast by Swargaya Poti Sri Ramalu. So these things have been in existence for long, but they have to be taken in care with nuance, not with blind sight, with the narrow vision of one ideology. And only then can we solve this issue while promoting unity. But when done carefully, just like when you bake a bread, it can either be overbaked, underbaked, or be perfectly baked. You can also take up this issue and make it sure that things are settled and the Indian identity comes into play. Why are we discussing in English today? There's another point. Why are we discussing in English today and not in some common language? Because there's no unified language. Is it good? Is it bad? It depends on the people. It depends upon the pupil.
Thank you, Vignesh. Next, we have Tamaji.
Yeah, thank you, Samriti, for the second chance. I just want to frame first that what India is actually. I just write something after hearing all of the clue that India is a nation or the nation state. I will say that none of them actually. India is states of nation, that a political entity compromising that multiple distinct linguistic and
Tamarjeet, I believe you are stuck. I'll call upon him later. So we have Abhishek Raj now. So first choice.
So,
Oh yes.
so good evening, everyone. There is shortage of light, so I cannot on my video. So, starting my speech, I would like to say that recently one of my friends said that why we are discussing in English because there is no national language. But instead, I feel that we all are discussing in English because there is only one language which we all comprehend, and I think that is English. Now, talking about the linguistic nationalism, I feel that the simple definition of linguistic nationalism is that to provide a national identity to a language and moreover to support a national language, because wherever go we are humans and we have tendency to go to places, we have tendency to discover new things, and wherever we go we need a language to communicate with the people, to view or to convey our ideas to the people or the person standing in front of us. So if there are various languages, I respect all language, I respect all dialects. But if there would be difference of languages, difference of dialects, or difference of speaking identities, then I think that none of them would be able to understand the ideas of the other. But if there would be the national language which we are talking about, I think that they can convey their ideas very easily and get to comprehend the ideas and views of other. Moreover, I think that there are some backdrops and there are some lackings. And moreover, I think that there are some backdrops and some lackings in the national linguistic nationalism. Like my friends have already said that there it can suppress the minority language, or it can force them to choose the language which is in majority. Though there are these backdrops, but it can be surely resolved in the future or in the times to come. Because if we are enforcing a language, then it is not just to force into the minds of people that there is only one language, but it is just to enforce that there is one language for all to communicate with. So these are my views. Thank you.
Thank you, Abhishek. Tamaji, please
yeah,
continue.
extremely sorry in the queue for my network connection. Where I was just tracing that what is India? India is a state of nation. So the question is that linguistic nationalism is it uniting or the dividing factor? I would say that it is a uniting factor, and it is very important for our national identity, actually. Why so? Um, because in the question of one national language, I don't agree it is even possible to enforce any national language within a vast state like India, because in this state, from the very ancient times, from very ancient civilizations, even in the Mughal period as well, that multiple languages actually coexist, always actually. So the fact is the coexistence, not the enforcing one single or some other language. And this digital age, is it even necessary? Because the AI and technology can solve everything. We can see the Bhashini and the AI for Bharat. There is technology to solve the problem. So where the problem has the solution, then where we are creating the new problem. And I heard a lot of people, and Vignesh mentioned that before anything, that language should not come. That is actually right. That language should not the prime factor for the identity, but it is a considerable factor that for our ethnicity, for our history, for our culture. We cannot continue with our history without our language. Just see in the US what is happening, that US government enforcing English all over the US. But whoever known the US history, the Red Indian history, they can understand that US is actually the captured country by the Europeans. So they are the original ethnicity completely whitewashed. So that thing we have to consider in our mind. And should the linguistic nationalism can break unity? uh, like it is have that it is a two-way shot. Okay, so when it is very much necessary for our identity, for our communication, for our ethnicity, everything. Like I am a Bengali, I would prefer to speak in Bengali rather than speak in English or rather than speak in Hindi. I would always choose to speak in Bengali, to communicate in Bengali. But when someone will say you have to speak in Hindi or you have to speak in English, that is the imposition. So imposition is the problem to the unity, not the nationalism. Like if you want to promote the communication, let people adapt by their own. It's quite possible. When I have to go for any work in Chennai or Tamil Nadu, I can't speak in Bengali because people will not understand. I have to adapt English, or maybe if some people can understand Hindi, then Hindi. Or the most important factor is Tamil. I have to learn Tamil if I want to work Tamil Nadu. So that is the basic requirement. So imposition is create problems. And in India, whenever we saw the fights between the other between two communities or between the north versus south, it is always the core problem is the imposition. Neither it is the linguistic nationalism. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So I'll call upon the people who hadn't speak on the first round. Lalit Shri Datta.
Yeah, so good evening, everyone.
Firstly, also to maintain the fairness, you are allowed to speak for 4 minutes.
Yeah, okay. Uh, First of all, I would like to thank our judge, Dr. Priya ma'am, and the members of the Capital Conclave group and the society for making this stage and making this event happen. And coming to the point, many people are keep forgetting that there is a clear difference between nationalism versus aggressive linguistic nationalism versus linguistic nationalism. Linguistic nationalism makes us to take pride in our own language, in our own culture, and makes us to protect our language from any kind of threats. Whereas coming to the aggressive linguistic nationalism, it makes us to think that our language is superior to the other language, our culture is superior to the other culture, which eventually becomes a political identity. And sooner or later, politicians exploit over it. as India is a democracy. And when it becomes a political identity, it brings more kind of exclusion to the India's unity than to the inclusion. So eventually it becomes a threat to the India's integrity and the unity. And coming to the point that if we are thinking that only our generation people are able to speak two or more languages, it's a completely wrong. Recently, last month, we found that copper inscriptions of King Krishnadevaraya's coronation has found in Bengaluru, which is written in both Kannada and the Sanskrit, and which clearly states that our ancestors are used to speak more than one language. And in this fight, Kannada versus Tamil or Kannada versus Sanskrit, we are keep forgetting that two of our world's oldest languages, Tamil and the Sanskrit, both are part of our culture, our societies. And two of the world's sweetest languages, Tamil, Bengali and the Telugu, are also originated from our lands. So rather than fighting over linguistic nationalism or aggressive linguistic nationalism, we should celebrate our languages. That's all I have to say. Thank you for giving this opportunity.
Uh, Thank you, Lalit. So we'll go to our next participant, Lalita Sudeshina. Lalita, are you here? Okay, then, Lakshita, you didn't. Yashvi,
Am I audible? Thank you for okay. Thank you for incorporating my suggestion. So yeah, I'll like to present my genuine opinion on this topic of linguistic nationalism. We are doing this for an event called Paradox, and linguistic nationalism in itself is a paradox. It can be a unifying thing also, and it can also separate us. So in during colonial time, we used vernacular languages to like. Had vernacular newspapers. We used it as a force to strengthen our social fabric against the European forces. And now we are using English for our means of communication. All our high courts use English because of globalization. Like one of the participants said that South has many languages, East has like more languages. So yeah, I went to Sikkim. So over there, there were like 10 families, 10 houses. They had a separate language. Like if you cross the road, there was a different language being spoken, and then these 10 tribal communities have their had their own language. But their own newer generations, because of their work or for higher education, they were only using English and Hindi, and they were not proficient in their own tribal language. So when a government imposes like one or two languages, or like how our school books are just in Hindi and English and Urdu, so because of that, lot of languages do get resided. People for economic opportunities have to learn other languages because of globalization. Like it has a boon to like India got a lot of work because we like in call center in IT industry, because we were proficient in English, so we were able to adapt. But in this age of technology, I don't think it is very necessary. Like we in our homes, we watch like Malayalam films, Telugu films. They are dubbed in like 30 languages. If you like speak to AI in some language, it will be able to communicate it back to you or translate it for you. So I don't think it's a big problem nowadays. We don't need it for an official purposes, or official work can be distributed in multiple languages based on what language the person speaks. So it's not really needed for us. Like other countries can kind of incorporate it. Like if you saw that in our civics books, we had a story that Sri Lanka had Sinhala imposition on the Tamilians over there, and that caused like a lot of violence. Then we saw a good example of Belgium, which like gave linguistic areas their own autonomy of using their own language and having special status quo for that. So in India, there are like 760 languages according to a survey. So and 600 of them are like dying because of our fight of having one language. Or I think we should just conserve our language, which is Indian. It's not about having like one particular language. And if we see, uh, there's a lot of hope, because nowadays if you see, regional industries are doing better than the mainstream Indian industries, in film industries. So I think regional languages, they kind of are a economic boom also for those communities. So I don't think it is needed to have policies uh, just on one language. It should be nationalism for the whole community of India, not nationalism for like promoting linguistic nationalism, promoting one language. So that's my opinion. That
Thank you, Yashvi. So we'll move on to those people who had their second turns. Atharv Mishra.
Okay, thanks again. So, like my fellow participants have already discussed the various issues that we face, I would like to sort out some solutions that the government as well as we should take in order to tackle these issues. Like we have seen the centralization of language is too much in India. The state government doesn't have any power to focus on their particular language, and if they have the power, the other states are colliding with the powers also. So like we say, federalism demands freedom in language for everyone, and we have seen this in education also. Like we need multilingual educational reforms. So NEP of that is National Education Policy 2023 also drafts that the education should be in mother tongue till class 5th, but still it's not applicable and it's just on the paper. States doesn't have the power, and they even don't decide the language formula. It's all over to the central. That's what where the north versus south language barrier also starts, and the people are fighting for that also. Secondly, we see preservation grants also. Like India has very hundreds of languages, and it has lost about more than 200 languages in 50 years if we go with the report of UNESCO 2018. And currently we see tribal languages like Tulu, Bodo, etc. are also in the verge of extinction. So we need to preserve such languages also. And one more point that we left here is that when we give any national level exam, that is a government exam, the language we have preferred, we have given by the government is mostly English or Hindi. We don't see any regional language in the major exam. They might there might be some exams which provide, but when we mainly see about 95% exam prefers English and Hindi languages. That makes it difficult for the people who are fluent in their mother tongue to write the basic content of their exams. And when we see in the global level, uh, Hindi is represented as the Indian languages. You might have seen YouTubers and various other people saying Indian language to Hindi. They don't know the existence of regional languages and languages such as Telugu, Tamil. That's why the people of South India also are quite justifying that it's from Kerala, it's from Tamil Nadu, because their language is not persistence in the global level. But we need to cooperate in such issues. Thank you.
Thank you, Atharv. We'll go to Rakshita Shri.
Yeah, thank you. So, as my fellow contestant just mentioned, that the new education policy make sure that every single state teaches their language, regional language, till class 5. And he also mentioned that it is just on paper. However, we have seen that a lot of education institutions or schools and colleges have been incorporating that into the curriculum. So now everybody from standard 5 has to learn Marathi. Since I stay in Maharashtra, everybody has to learn Marathi. And since I have relatives in the south, I can speak for Tamil Nadu as well. They have Tamil as the regional language, which is also being taught in a lot of schools, in most schools, till class 5. So that is one thing. Now, India is like a huge garden which is filled with various types of flowers. And the very definition of linguistic minority says that, I'm going to paraphrase this in the terms of gardens and flowers because that would be somewhat easier for me to explain. So, linguistic nationalism is not about pulling up a few flowers from the garden to make sure it is uniform. Linguistic nationalism is about watering every single flower so that the whole garden thrives. Now, research shows that children learn better and stick to their regional languages if the school incorporates them in. They also have seen a lot of cases where the same type of content is taught in to two different kids in a regional language and in, let's say, English or Hindi. It has been observed that the children who speak in their regional language are better at grasping it and can understand it a lot easier. So now coming to the more recent issues, the Tamil Nadu versus Hindi debate. Tamil Nadu standing up against Hindi imposition is again like protecting a tulsi plant in their own garden. It is about nurturing their own language and culture and still contributing to India's economy. It is not about rejecting the idea of being able to communicate with one another. It is about the very own culture that stems from around thousands of years back. Now, if we look beyond our borders, just to take example, Switzerland has four national languages which are all existing together and weave together as a single, or like all the different colors of the languages weave together in a watch, right? So that is how all the four languages are incorporated. It's precise, balanced, and united because every single language over there is respected. Even in Canada, the English and French languages live side by side. Both the languages are respected. Similarly, in India, linguistic nationalism is not a wall. As long as there is no imposition or any compulsion to speak Hindi, everybody can. It is about giving each and every person the choice to select and choose what they want to do. It is sort of like a bridge that is built of a lot of colorful stones. So India's unity shines when every single language, every single culture is respected. Thank you.
Thank you, Rakshita. We have Sandeep next.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
So, as all my fellow debaters said that Hindi can be a language amongst all the other languages, but it cannot be a language which is superior to others. I am not just going against one language, but I'm saying any language, be it Hindi, Tamil, Kannada, Telugu, it should be common amongst all the people. In a sense that let me give an example. If I go to my home and the government says that your mother's name is too complicated for the national unity, let's change it to something very common so everybody understands. So that is not how it works. So language is not just a tool; it is something very deeply enmeshed with a person's culture and their memories, right? So you can't just deny people's identity. That is illegal and it's unconstitutional. And I believe that. As Hindi was tried to be made as an official language, and tried to be a national language at some point, but it was made from top down, which is a wrong method, I would say, when you're dealing with a country like democracy, which has a lot of diversity. So when you're going for such a diverse country like India, you should always go from bottom to top. That is, people should decide what is right and wrong. So in that sense, if you say a language should be common, it's not right in any sense. Like it is just a tool. So if you want to make nationalism, don't base it on like caste, creed, and their religion or any of their personal identity. Make it on something like values or the image of India. So that would be my point. And thank you. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Sandeep. So we'll go to next participant. Let me just confirm his name again. So Venkata Subbarao, Vibhav, I think. Yes,
Yeah,
your
yeah.
name is Vibhav.
So
So
let
before you all begin, let me just remind you again the time limit is 3 minutes. So kindly don't extend it. We want to finish till 9 any case.
sure. So let me begin by stating the obvious. Like single language, as we all know, has created a lot of tensions between people, and I think it will keep continuing until or unless we don't find a common ground among ourselves. And one language being commonly used, I don't even want to use the word forced, but language being used is too complicated for our diverse country. See, it's so much so has affected till now that when I go and introduce myself to a foreigner, he is going to assume that I speak Hindi or Hindi is my mother tongue. He may or may not know that there are like a lot of languages and lot of dialects that exist in India, and they might not even know that there are multiple versions of Hindi spoken around in multiple parts of North India. And one of my friends said homogenization leads to one to forget their culture and their origin. I think even I agree with that point, because in our daily lives, when we are speaking our own mother tongue, in some cases we might insert an English or Hindi word to, in the sentence without even us knowing. A lot of people might not even know the actual word in their mother tongue, what it stands for. They have been so used to using the English or a Hindi alternative word instead of the actual one. And just because one language is like one or two language, let us say Hindi and English, is understood by many in our country, doesn't mean that we can treat as if they are the only one or only two languages that exist in the country. uh, we use Hindi and English just because it's convenient. A lot of people understand it, but that doesn't mean to force it. It fails its point as a comfort language. It is comfort language because a lot of people understand it, but when you force it, it's no more convenient or no more comfortable to every person. Like I would like to use a term like every action creates an equal and opposite reaction. It applies here as well. When you force someone to watch a TV for 10 hours, he is going to get bored of it, or he is going to get frustrated. But instead, if you just let him choose his own TV show and let him watch it for hours, he is going to watch it for hours. Just because it's not force, it's human psychology that if we force someone to do something, he will get frustrated or he is not going to accept it anyways. This, as in real life, I may not even explain, has created a lot of backlashes in multiple states, especially in South India, because unlike North, South is built upon lot of languages and lot of dialects. And one of my friends said, let them adapt. It's correct, let them adapt. If they're going to use that, going to stay in another place where they don't know the language, let them adapt, let them get used to what language they speak. And when you impose, right, it's gonna hurt them. It's gonna make them feel they are forced or they're obliged to do something. Instead, if we let them to their own will, they're gonna learn it by themselves. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Vibhav. Next, we will go to Tarun. I think yes, you are next, Tarun.
Hello.
Oh, yes, you are audible.
So thank you for giving me next chance. So first of all, like we all have read in NCRT, in our English textbook of NCRT, the last lesson, where it was said that the key of independence is language. So language is not just more than a dialect or a way of communication, but a way of representation, a way of reframing us and our identity. Many of my fellow delegates said that in the favor of the topic. But I want to ask, for unifying India, do you want to uh, implicitly or explicitly force English to all of us? English is a Western language. Our own the makers of the Constitution, who officially said that English should be abolished from our all the state and national level governance, and they should be promoted in Hindi or regional languages. The Supreme Court of India, where the Chief Justice said, there the quotation behind the walls is written "Yato Dharma Yaha," which means where there is justice or dharma, there is victory. So such kind of cases as we see, what is we doing in the name of linguistic nationalism? Our own state court or Supreme Court is verdicts are only in English. We should rather be focusing on linguistic nationalism. We should promote all the languages to their respective states and representation in their respective states. In their respective state houses and in the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. In the modern world, we have audio translators, we have headphones that can translate anyone's speech into different languages. Uh, many of you spoke about different languages. I want to speak about the one particular language, Sanskrit, being the oldest language in the world, and many words from Tamil is been found in Sanskrit and vice versa. There is a debate going on last decades about Sanskrit or Tamil, which is older one, but I prefer Tamil is moreover a live language, but Sanskrit is dying just because there is no one to speak about a specific language. We often see that languages like Bhojpuri or other northern languages are considered a language of illiterates. Just specifying such a broad remark for a particular language or a group or a community is like we are declining their constitutional rights, and we are only focusing on nationalism of over linguisticism. Like we want that every educated people should know to speak English rather than speaking their own languages. In fact, many of you talk about Hindi, but we often ignore that we nowadays don't speak Hindi. We speak Hindustani or English, a mixture of many other languages into Hindi. No one can now speak a proper Hindi, a pure form of Hindi that earlier used to be spoken around 50 years or 60 years ago. So I want to just add that there are many policies that are made by governments, like three language policies, which is partially correct, but there is an amount of improvements need to be there. In fact, like in northern part, I am from North India. Like we have seen that three language policy, we kind of learn Hindi, English, then we can learn any of the other language that we speak. But instead of such kind of, we can try to explain, like we can learn any South Indian language instead of any other North Indian languages. This kind of policies or suggestions that should be made, and there should be a compulsion rule that there should be all the elementary school till class 6 or 7, all the studies should be in their regional languages, and plus there should be a modern way, like English is a reputed language and is accepted in all over the globe, so we should know English, but that English should be not the identity of us or Hindi. Our regional language and all the other languages will have equal representation and support in all the forms and all the ways. So we should promote all the languages, not any particular language. Thank you.
Thank you, Tarun. Also, I'd like to remind you all, please stick to time limit. This is very crucial. Please stick to your time limit. We have Samriddhi next.
Hello, thank you for the chance again. So I would like to first put my point by starting. I would like to start with that the language that we are using, that we communicate with, is not just a form of communication, it is a form of expression and representation. Every child in whether any part of the world, be it India, be it outside the nation, when it is born, the first language that they are introduced to, it's their mother tongue, right? I personally believe that if, let's say, I am from North India, so I was first, exposed to Hindi. There might be my other South Indian friends who were first exposed to their national language, their native language, sorry. So what I'm trying to say is, since when you're growing and you learn a particular language, you kind of mold yourself into that language, and you kind of start expressing more widely into that language because you adapt it. You have heard it since childhood, and I don't think so. It would feel very nice when some other language is being imposed to that particular child. Let's say if it is a very common practice that we see around, that when a person gets frustrated or when the person is overwhelmed, it starts speaking, he or she, or they start speaking in their native language, right? Why is it so? Because it is the form of expression. It is the way that they have been molded to express themselves. So, imposing a particular language on everybody around the world would just be kind of suppressing their emotions, would be taking away their heritage, taking away their emotions from, taking away the control of their emotions, taking away the way they want to express themselves. Okay. So that is my point. Also, English, I have seen it is getting a lot of backlash, that why is it used on a global scale? Why is it used like everywhere? The question papers are in English, the teachings are in English. English is used because it is convenient. And the thing I want to put forth is, in India as a nation as of now, if we look at the new education policy, it is not just that just English is being taught. Other languages are also being taught. So I would say that, it is not like English is being imposed on them. It is being taught to them because it is a global necessity. And why is it? We cannot debate why English is only used because, see, it has its history, the colonialism, you can say, how the English people, they spread their language. We can't help it as of now. But what we can do is promote other languages along with English to, preserve our culture and preserve our heritage. There was also a point where somebody said that uh, according to new education policy, the government gives us liberty to learn three languages. Not liberty, actually, they make us learn three languages. One of them is going to be English for sure. Other two can be our regional languages. But that person said that if what if they want to learn something other than the regional language? So I would say that regional language, learning a regional language is like preserving your culture and heritage. If you don't want to, that is why they have given an option that you can, or that you have to learn it till fifth. Afterwards, you can pursue. Then you are on your free will. If you want to learn some other language, very good. You can go forth, put forth. You can take the initiative and learn some other language, and that is a very good practice, I believe, because as of now, if we see online also, there is a lot of linguistic prejudice. I would like to remind of these Insta trends, that one of them were bashing, Tamil people, idli dosa and something like that. So why is it? Why these kind of practices are taking place? Why these kind of incidents are happening? That is because us as people are not aware, are not made to respect the other people's language and other people's heritage. For example, if let's say I have never heard somebody talking Assamese or in some other language, I've never heard of that language, and if they start speaking that language, there is a very obvious thing that I'm going to find it funny because I have never heard of it, or neither I have been taught that I need to respect other people's languages, right? So if uh, that is not being taught to us, how we need to respect the other people languages, if we are not going to take initiative about learning other people languages, adapting to them, adapting to their heritage and culture, we are never going to progress as a country, because again, India is a federation and India is not a unitary country. It has a lot of states are there, and there is the term unity in diversity, and we should abide by. And how will we abide by? When we start giving respect to other people's identities. So that is going to be my point, and that's that. Thank you.
Thank you, Samriti. Next, I'll go with. I saw Abhishek Raj. I believe uh, you did speak, right, Abhishek? This is your second turn.
Yes, it's my second.
Okay, okay. Actually, I'm looking for those who haven't spoken yet. Lakshita.
So, hi everyone, this is Lakshita here. I just, on what she explained, I just want to say, like, see, even though if you have like different, like, if you take English as well, right, not everybody, not every region is comfortable with it, even in India. Like, people oppose English as well. People say, like, few people will be like, Hindi is good. And when you see South India, right, so it's not about the language, I feel. It's about the things which are being taught. Like, see, first thing is, what comes in mind is humanity, because people have been taught, like, see, our culture is the best. So we have different cultures, we have different religions. So, like, people from the olden age, they have this thing like our culture is the best. So if I meet a friend, like, for example, like, if he or she is of a different culture, that person will say, like, our religion is the best, right? So people have been thought like that. And also people, I feel like, will never come out of that mentality, because they are brought up in such a way that, like, they don't want to change. And there is something called ego power, called, like, people don't want to change. They'll always be like, my religion is the best, or my thing will be best. They never want to change. So they feel like, even when you see, like, even Indians, like, right, the fight between the Karnataka and the Tamil Nadu based on the water thing, right? So also in Karnataka we didn't have water for 2 days. So see, when even when you see in Karnataka, they were fighting, like, if you don't speak Kannada, like, we'll not allow you to, like, this be in Kannada. I have seen many cases wherein if you speak Hindi in, like, Karnataka, it's not even allowed. Like, they shout. So when they have this ego and this thing, like, my religion is the best, kind of, the unity in diversity will never work out. And like, people will never be united because of this. I feel like, because when the people have been taught there is all the religions are the same and everything is the same, then only the people might improve. Or else there is no solution. People will be fighting among themselves. Even when you say, like, two people are of different religion, but like, let it be their friends also, but it is not going to work out, because they have different, like, thing. Let's say God, it's like, even we have different divisions in Hinduism itself, right? Also, their food habits are different. So people are not able to, like, be, like, adjust with different religion or different food habits, because from the birth they have been taught like that. So when that mindset is changed, right, everything can be, like, settled from the day one, when they are taught. Like, when we see old school people, right, like, they say, like, my religion is the best or my caste is the best. So when the children are born or anything, the next generation is born, even they have the same thought, like, no, our religion is this, and they never come out of it, right? So when you speak Hindi in a North Indian, South Indian, like, South India, it's like, it's like a very bad thing here. They feel like, okay. So even after, like, I am a North Indian, living in Tamil Nadu. So I just feel like, it's not well versed. Like, they feel like, no, if you are here, like, you have to learn Tamil. So this thing has to be changed. Let it be in any state or any country. Like, yeah, the I feel like our religion should be there. Our Indian, it should not be like my religion is the best. It should be like I am an Indian. Like, I should, like, learn all the languages and everything, and nothing should be forced on someone. Like, you have to learn English or you have to learn Hindi. Like, just go with the flow. Like, if you are interested, just go with the flow. As I said earlier, it should not be like my religion, my caste. It should be like I am from India, and everything should be well versed, and everything should be known instead of being forced. And also the mindset of the people should be changed. Yeah. Hello.
Thank you, Lalita. Thank
Thank
you
you.
for speaking again. Here, that was your first turn. I hope you get to speak again. Next up, do we have another? Okay, we have Varun Kumar.
Hello.
Hello, Varun.
Hello. Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible, and if
Yeah,
you can, please turn on your camera.
yeah. Hello. Actually, my network is bad. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah, so I couldn't on my camera. So I
Okay, please
will
go ahead.
with camera. Yeah. So my point in linguistic nationalism, like it is, if you come and ask me, it is uniting or dividing India. I would absolutely say it is uniting India. Actually, like you have many perks. Like you can have something if you're learning an extra language or anything that would help you in a great way. So I say, yeah, you need to be known like minimum 4 to 3 languages. Also, you should like excel in your own mother language. Everything should need it. If you are like, if see, I am from South India, so I basically my mother language is Tamil, but I like wanted to learn Hindi, Malayalam, Telugu, which helped me in a greater manner. If I go for like, if I go for Kerala, I may be speaking Malayalam with them, and I will be like, there's a quote. I want to mention it. If you're speaking to a people in a language, it just reaches their mind. If you speak in their own like mother language, it goes to their heart. So learning multiple languages and implementing is the best way to like uniting India actually. I am from South, but I know Hindi, I know Malayalam, learning Kannada actually. So, like when I see a Hindi guy or Malayalam guy or Telugu guy something, I will speak in their own language and they will not like say that you are speaking wrong. Instead, they will correct me. They will teach me where bond will be growing. So, like there is no languages like this language is good or that language is good. I say like every language should be like treated equally and need to be learned equally. Currently, like you all know, there's a policy called three language policy, which like in Tamil Nadu, most of them are like opposing it. I would recommend them that this language policy need to be like implemented in the whole India. So like if any guy from south or north is coming to south, or from north they are going to south, they can easily like mingle, and like the communication will be very easy. You don't even like need to have the like foreign language. Like we are using English as actually it's not from India, but we are using it very generally. Like when you have a chance to like learn the languages which came from India, the like languages arise from India, like our local languages, like when we like really learn them, and if you speak them, it will like you can easily greatly connect with everyone in the like any states. So, like implementing our languaging skills and improving our skills in language, learning new languages, meeting new peoples, and speaking in their own languages. This connects with them very quickly, and you can easily like learn languages. So linguistic nationalism like is uniting India. I never say it is dividing India. If like they are divided by languages, also we can proudly everyone has a mass. We can say we are Indians. There is no like, see, I am South Indian, North Indian. If you learn anything, any languages, it will be very much good. So these are the points I want to conclude. Hello.
Thank you so much, Varun.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Varun. So, we'll go forward to Shubham. Yes, Shubham, you have not spoken yet, right? Also, please keep like your statements within the time limits. Also, uh, we will be going on to the question and answer phase. So, our judge will ask you some questions. So, conclude quickly.
Uh, Hello, good evening, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Uh, yeah, I would like to take this discussion back to the starting itself when the mediator started it off speaking that linguistic nationalism can be a double-edged sword. Now, in that context, I want to extend it to the fact that looking at the national split, that if we try to bring in the entire country under this discussion, then uh, the entire picture changes in the sense that we as individuals who understand what linguistic nationalism means, and there are people who don't care about what linguistic nationalism means, and there is a very big lot of people who don't consider these things unless they like their shoes are pressed. Like I'm staying in a particular region, and for me, like I am a frog in my own well, and I don't care unless I move out to a different place and I realize that language is like a cult there, maybe. Or maybe just because I speak a different language, or even a slight difference in the accent itself creates a bias sometimes, and that itself sometimes becomes a kind of identity for someone, like what they represent and where they come from. And so in one sense that we as those individuals who realize what impact language can have on individual people, and how it can shape the society at large, because society at large, I would say more than 50%, I'm not sure of the numbers, but like a very huge lot, like is of those people who are actually like the example, the analogy I used for the frog living in the wells, and they are not actually concerned about this situation unless they are stepping out of the situation and they realize that it becomes a sense of identity, or someone even trying to lure in votes by using this. And or else, like, we have touched so many things like culture, identity, and nationalism within language itself. So these things are of use only when uh, uh, the need comes to such a point that an individual has to speak up that yes, my language is a representation for where I come from, and like it represents my culture and everything. But in day-to-day life it is not much of a thing. This is my perspective. Thank you.
Thank you, Soham. So next we will have Sai Harini. You have already spoken, so I'll give chance to those who haven't. I apologize. So Abhishek Raj.
So I would like to start with a very famous quote, that is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, which simply means that the whole world is our family. Now, I would like to a question every time interrupted in my mind, that was that if we have our family, then why should we consider the whole world our family? Now, let me tell you why. But at first, I would like to point out a point which my friend recently spoke. That is, he said that the people should learn English, but in their schools there should be their regional languages introduced, or the curriculum should be in their languages. Now, I would like to tell that what would be the problem those students would be facing. I think that if the regional languages would be the curriculum of the every school, then they would be facing problems in the government exams, because today we are seeing that English language is at the global level, and it is the most accepted language at every forum. So if we have to participate in government exams or to participate at the global forums, English language is must. But if there is regional languages, we have seen that students who are from the regional schools where there was not English language in their school, they faced a lot of problem in participating also and in learning the English language. Now, I would like to talk one point, that there is a very big difference between the word enforcement and forcing anything. So I'm not saying that English should be forced, but English must be enforced, because it is the need of the today's hour. So I think that if English is enforced, then it is really that it is being respected, that every language, it ensures that every language is being respected alongside taking the English at the bigger level. Now, I would like to say another point, that there is one thing, that is linguistic imperialism. Now, we have seen that linguistic imperialism leads to the weakening of federalism or the national integration, along with the rise of regionalism. We have seen in various states, and it has been evidently proven. Now, I would like to take the example of the 1956 when Andhra Pradesh was created and various other states were created on the basis of language. So those states were based completely on language to promote the linguistic diversity. But we saw that in the times to come, they faced regionalism and there were various tensions due to it. Moreover, there is one more thing, that is linguistic pride leads to the river tensions also, and it articulates itself in the river tension. We have seen evidently that it is being articulated in the river tensions. Moreover, it leads to various other strifes and conflicts also. So I'm not saying that the regional languages or the dialects or other languages other than the national language are not any language. I completely respect that, and I feel that those must be promoted and those must be kept kept forward in front of people. But there should be a national language to promote the complete integration or the national integration of our country, so that everyone can participate at the global level as well as the national level. Thank you.
Thank you, Abhishek. So we'll go to so Samajit, you have already spoken. Kushal,
Hello, am I audible?
yes, you are.
Okay. As a language paradox, language unites people in respect but divides people on force or enforcement. Like Hindi was forced on southern states after the independence, so it gives birth to the hates in people's heart. It was like, and politics became like a petrol on this fire to get gain on power by exploitation of the emotions of people, by exploiting the people's identities. It will get them power in short term, but it will divide India or put a crack in a long term or in a long future. By enforcement, it's not just about communication, but will make everyone sorry, but it will put a crack in the long term. It will it's not about just communication. It will makes everyone feel alienated from India or from their own home. That causes the radicalism and language violence. As it's said in an African proverb, if the village doesn't accept the boy will burn it down to feel its warmth. Thank you.
Thank you. So, Yashvi, Yashvi, I think you have spoken for 4 minutes. So, Isha,
Thank you, Samriddhi. Okay. So, India stands as one of the most linguistically diverse nations in the world, where language is not just a tool of communication but a reflection of heritage, history, and identity, which is why the formal definition of linguistic nationalism should not be cannot be and should not be applied to India, because according to the formal definition, it homogenizes a particular country based on what language, based on one particular language. And the idea of linguistic nationalism, which is celebrating and preserving our languages for India, is essential for unity, but only when it does not lead to linguistic imposition, where one language is usually forced upon others. Then we need to embrace linguistic nationalism without suppression, which is a key factor which plays when we need to differentiate between linguistic imposition and linguistic nationalism. India's constitutional framework protects linguistic diversity by recognizing, I guess it's 22 now, 22 official languages, ensuring that no single language dominates unfairly. So, according to our constitution, we cannot impose any language. It is actually this multilingual approach that allows every Indian to celebrate their heritage without the fear of losing their linguistic identity. which promotes languages, promoting languages should be about inclusivity and not imposition. Then comes the danger of linguistic imposition. Forcing a single language as as a national standard, whether it is about the governance, which is like what language should be spoken in the parliament, or about education, or about daily communication, what it does is it alienates communities and creates unnecessary conflict. The resistance, there was this popular Hindi imposition trending topic in Tamil Nadu, especially, where the CM publicly said that Hindi should not be imposed in Tamil Nadu. It is these particular instances which should be avoided when we have linguistic nationalism, because India is not homogeneous unlike other countries. So I strongly advocate for linguistic nationalism that celebrates diversity but rejects linguistic imposition. Unity is about dominance. It's about unity is not about unity is not about dominance. It is about inclusion, respect, and mutual appreciation. Thank you.
Thank you, Isha. So, I believe, Anubhav, you did not get second chance to speak.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. Language is meant to express your culture, not alienate it. But I would ask you this very simply: isn't it that's what happening in India right now? Is it just cultural pride, or at this point it has come up to the point of linguistic fascism? No, we are romanticizing regional pride when it starts to look like regional absolutism. Like, if you don't even speak the state's language and you're directly an outsider, you're not even though you're born in the country, you're not a part of the state. We claim to honor 22 scheduled languages, and yeah, like many people have been talking about multilingualism here. They call the scheduled languages as official languages, national languages, but might I remind everybody that we don't have any national language in India. We're scheduled languages, not official or national language. Everybody talking about multilingual, talking about that the country needs to be united on language basis, and yet continue to call the country's languages in the framework of the constitution by wrong names. Like, if in like we just recently saw a case in Maharashtra, where Mumbai specifically, where a pizza boy was not given the money because he was not speaking in Marathi. And if you go a bit further south, Hindi is treated like a colonial relic, even though it's derived from Prakrit. It's an Indian language, not a colonial relic, but it's treated as one. So I don't think that we have unity in diversity. What we have is something like around the lines of diversity in denial. And we are pretending at this point that this chaos of languages is working, because it is not at this point. It is not at all working. And before somebody talks about decentralization, let's talk about decentralization first. We know what has happened with the decentralization and a huge power given to smaller groups. We know about the Balkan states, or be it the US civil war. And let's play on the home ground, the wheelhouse of India. We have the Manipur civil unrest because of the decentralization. Yes, Europe has multilingualism, and somebody here talked about audio transmitters, and even the US doesn't use UN doesn't use them, because we know that is not good. Somebody over here talked about a garden and plants and watering our plants as that it is analogical to that of linguistic nationalism. Might I add that even when we are talking about artificial intelligence, we don't always use a smart minority orientation transmitting technology, because it leads to errors in a model, and that's a computational model. That's not humans. It works on a set rules of mathematics, and that is where the confusion comes. But talking about a country, a giant behemoth and a mammoth like India, we don't need confusion. We need coherence. So I bring up on a very simple proposition towards this group discussion, that we don't go with a direct three language policy as it has been given in the NEP, because I do say that there are some reservations I have with the central government's thinking about this, but we could go with something like an English for a global medium, and using one language across country, be it Hindi, Tamil, Malayalam, Telugu, Assam, even Dogri at this point, to connect the country at a single core level. I speak something in Dogri, and nobody over here will be understanding me. That is the reason we have languages to express thoughts, and we are not able to express thoughts because of this diversification. And not at this point, it's not even going good for the country. It's going just against the whole notion of India, because India is not a linguistic museum. It's living and breathing civilization, and it needs to work like one. Thank you.
Thank you, Anubhav. So, I think Ansh has not spoken yet, but other people, I think our judge would like to ask you questions, so you can answer that. But apart from that, I think we'll need to wrap up now. After Ansh, I'll be closing this up. So, I'll hand it over to Priya ma'am next. So, Ansh, please go ahead.
So first of all, thank you for this opportunity. Today, in my opinion, in India is not in the condition to collect the people on the basis of a single language nationalism, because we have other economical challenges and inequality problem in the system and society. So what we should do, in my opinion, we should focus on that rather than working on a linguistic nationalism, because we we have an example where the Europe, we have seen like two world wars. After that, because the second world war, what is the reason of that? The decline of Germany. Germany facing economical and other things. Because of that, the Hitler, what he do? He just promote the German identity of end the Aryan race towards the people. So it will become the reason of the World War II. And today, if we do the same, like promoting a single language on the Tamil Nadu, on Karnataka, and other states, what will they do? They feel that the Hindi is getting imposed on us, and they will retaliate with towards it. And the politician get the topic to divide the country. So if we give them job, the economical prosperity comes. They will not like getting any problem to get any language in their state if they get economical prosperity. If a person in a village in Tamil Nadu who are facing economical problem, how will it accept that the even one more problem to learning a language, he will accept it. He will not accept it, and what he do? He get 500 or 200 rupees. He comes in a protest, and it protest further become a like major escalation towards the center. So in my opinion, we should work on economical and inequality. It will directly, what it will do. I am audible?
Yes, you are audible, Ansh.
Hello. So what we do, like if we give their jobs economical prosperity, they will easily, after some time, like 1 or 2 generations, they will easily accept the language which is promoting in the India. But if now, where they will not get enough opportunities, how will they face a new problem? So we should work on these other aspects rather than promoting a language on the base on the name of nationalism in the country. And if a person get a decent education, he will start the reading other languages itself. We don't need to impose or promoting on it. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Ansh. So, Um, yeah, ma'am, I would like to invite you to give them some feedback and ask them questions if you have.
Uh, Thank you, Smriddhi. So first of all, I would like to ask you some questions, and I'll give you feedback as well. Is it fine with everybody? Okay. Should I ask one by one, or you want to give the answer willingly? Smriddhi, what is the procedure
Better,
to ask?
yes, it would be better if you ask the question and they'll raise their hands to answer them.
Yeah, fine, fine, fine. So first, I would like to ask one question that is coming in my mind. So what is the reason behind that? Why English came to India? Anybody knows?
So, Tamaji, we have you first.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Tamaji.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. So, English came to India because how British, it is that advent of Europeans specifically. At the time of Jahangir, when British actually came to India for the businesses. And after that, when that Mughal empire actually fall, so then they get that opportunity to actually expand their imperialistic mindset and grab the territory in India and actually administer territory for fulfill their goals. And after that, we can saw that they actually get the Diwani right from the um, Farrukhshire and then actually Shah Alam too, and then that Palashi, Battle of Palashi and that Bakshar War. So then coming through that, among all of the Europeans, actually British become very much prominent. They actually defeat French, Dutch, and other European powers, and then they can grab that power in India uh, and they trying to impose English in India. It was the first time when the Lord Cornwallis, who actually framed the administrative policies, then it actually came in the light.
Okay, fine. Thank you, Tamarjeet. Next, my question is, mm, everybody knows that linguistics diversity is a barrier, fine, to national integration. Do you agree with this statement or not? If you are agree, then why? If you are disagree, then why?
Also, ma'am, participants have also written their answer in the chat, so you can also consider that for marking, as everyone cannot speak, right? It would extend a lot. So,
Then it
Vignesh
would be
has
better
speak.
if I ask one by one.
Okay, ma'am. Then, okay, we can do that
Uh,
also.
okay. Yes, Tamaji is done. Next is Vignesh.
Yes, ma'am.
Uh, Same question.
Can you pardon because I could not hear due to some
Sure, sure.
technical issue.
Yes, linguistic diversity is a barrier in a national integration. Do you agree with this statement? If or disagree? If you are agree, then why? If you are disagree, then why? What is the reason behind that?
I mildly disagree. Why I mildly disagree is national integration is not about homogeneity, national homogeneity. It is more about people considering themselves as one. If I, a Maithil, someone from Mithila, can consider myself to be a fellow of someone from Tamil Nadu, language won't come between that. People can learn different languages. A diversity itself is not a barrier. People can learn multiple languages if they are just friendly with each other, if they just respect each other. And it is more of a, just like in political theory we say there is a positive liberty, there's a negative liberty. In a very similar fashion, there's a positive regionalism and there is a negative regionalism, and linguistic ideas are just a subset of regionalism. If there are several things that comprise regionalism, and linguistic nationalism is just one small thing. So this is why I mildly disagree.
Okay, thank you. Next is Isha.
Yes, ma'am.
Isha, can a single national language is a context to India's multi-language, multilingual reality?
Ma'am, it is actually a gray area question if I have to answer it, because like we have to agree that India is like linguistically diverse, and one language uh, cannot represent the whole of India. So in that case, actually, we have a very new policy, the national education policy, which states that every person should learn at least three languages: Hindi, English, and a regional language. So like in that context, I think like Hindi can be made a language that represents the whole of India, but at the same time I would say it will just be a medium and not like a representation of the whole of India, like the cultures of India and everything.
You want to add something else, or just
um, that will be it, ma'am.
fine? Thank you. Next is Atharva. Is he there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Atharva, your question is: should Hindi be promoted for the national language?
No, ma'am, I quite disagree with this, ma'am, because if we promote Hindi as a national language, then what about the states that doesn't prefer Hindi being spoken? Because if when we see India, it's a land of different cultures and religions, and people have the freedom to speak in whatever language they want. So promoting Hindi as a language will foster their freedom, and this will lead to conflicts and protest against again all in India. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dharva. Next is Sandeep. Sandeep, are you there? Might be he's not there. Next is Rakshita.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Rakshita, Rakshita or Lakshita?
Ma'am, we both are there in the meeting. Who do
Uh,
you want to question?
Rakshita.
Yes, ma'am.
Rakshita, 1 second. Your UID is 8360, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Rakshita, my question is, as everybody is saying, we are not able to survive without English language in India, especially. How do you think about it?
Ma'am, I feel that a medium of communication is required to actually communicate with people across all the different um, states. But again, we can live without English in India. It is not completely something that we cannot do, because many people do use their regional languages, and we have around 22 languages that are officially recognized. We use English because it is the main language that's the main medium of communication that is used for colleges or educational institutions, competitive exams, as well as in corporate world. And English also helps every individual to actually have opportunities abroad as well, and not be limited to their own home state. So it also helps in interstate communication, it helps in international communications as well. So whether English should be imposed on everyone, if that is a question that will also be asked, that can also be asked, it is that we do not have to impose English. It's completely on everybody's choice. If they want to learn, they can. But it's just that speaking English and knowing the language serves as a medium for better opportunities abroad as well as in interstate communications.
Okay. Thank you, Rakshita.
Thank you, ma'am.
Next is Kushal. Kushal.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. So, Kushal, do you really think that linguistics nationalism is necessary for the culture preservation?
Linguistic nationalism. Uh, I feel it's like a gray area, but I just disagree because the linguistic nationalism is seen as like it's mostly focused on more of a major languages. For example, people are saying ki regional languages. How are you defining the region? On the basis of borders, on the basis of states? Like if you see in like Maharashtra or in any other states, there are many minorities live there. So when the big major powers are fighting over the language dominance, many minor languages are dying. For example, I am Sindhi. So just 3 generations back, my grandparents know how to write in Sindhi. But in today's generation, even my parents don't know how to write in Sindhi. Even I also knew it after a very long time that Sindhi was written from right to left, not left to right. So it's dying. In like 3 generations, hardly most of the people will know how to speak Sindhi or something like that. So in like linguistic nationalism, people are forgetting that there are 200 languages. There are just focusing on the major big powers or the major regional languages. Thank you.
All right. Tamarji wants to say something. He
No,
just
no,
raised up
ma'am.
the.
That's by mistake.
Yes, Tamarji, please.
Yes, by
Um,
mistake, I
by
just
mistake,
raised
I
my hand.
believe.
Yes, Tamarji, please speak up.
Am I audible enough?
Yes, yes, you
I'm
are
audible,
audible.
ma'am.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, actually, I said by mistake I raised the hand. Sorry for that.
Okay, okay, okay. Fine, fine. Next is Anubhav.
Yes, ma'am.
Anubhav, my question is, do you think that school plays a vital role to promote the national linguistics or other languages?
Schools, as you all know, is the first breeding ground for any child to play along with different languages. Talking about my school never had the language. I never learned Hindi to this as a language, while I did learn some other European languages as part of my school curriculum. So, linguistic nationalism can be started at the school level, but then again, it's like again a double-edged sword. Everything that has a boon has a bane. It does give you an opportunity to connect with people, connect with different languages, but it also gives you reasons to spite the languages because of, let's say, your teacher was not good, so you have started to spite anybody who speaks that language. Things like that could also happen, but there are also instances where you could learn the languages and connect with those languages at a very low level of your heart.
Okay. Thank you, Anubhav. Next is Smriddhi.
Good evening, ma'am.
Smriddhi, are you there? Very good
Yes, ma'am.
evening. Smriti, as we all know that English is very important,
Ma'am, you're not audible. You were breaking. Can you please repeat? Hello.
Yeah, she's stuck. Please wait.
Okay.
yeah, she was saying English language is very important to survive in this country like India. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Now you are. You were breaking earlier.
I think there is a connection issue with the Smriti.
Hello.
Okay. I was saying everybody is saying that English language is very important in this country, like India,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Are
Hello.
you able to listen me?
Yes, ma'am. I am able to.
Okay. Do you agree with the statement?
Ma'am, I do agree with the statement. The reason being, English is not just, a language that is used in India. It is also used pan-India. Even if we take the example of this very discussion, group discussion that we are conducting right now, that we are a part of right now, it is also being held in English. Why is that? Because English is the language that is mostly understood by everybody, and also it is understood not just in India but people across India. And for survival, I would say, for communication, we can use we what I not even we can we need to learn English, because that is how we can communicate through people across nations. But if we are talking about people in India, English is not a language of sentiments, I would say. For if we are learning other languages, that is not because we need to communicate, not just need to communicate. It is also for the reason that we need to learn how to respect other people's languages and how to value their sentiments as well. So yes, English is necessary for communication pan India, and also in some instances for communication within India, in Indian states. But again, other languages are also necessary to be learned.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Next is Venkata Sai Hani. Something is missing over there. K Venkata. Is there anybody?
Yeah, I am Hari. Am I audible?
Bache, what's your UID, or you are from the Madras? May I
Yeah,
know
I
your
am.
UID, please?
My roll number?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, it is 23F1001704.
170?
4.
4. Fine. Thank you, Bache. So I just want to ask something that English has, sorry, English has become a source of depression for many people. Do you agree with that? That from the different state of the people are not able to speak up, are not able to write, then they feel they are going in depression. Do you agree with the statement? Because they are not
Uh,
getting the good opportunities as well.
okay. So, ma'am, I feel that uh, yes, some people do go in depression that they are not able to speak in English or write in English or read. But these days it has become a necessity. It's quite important that for example, I came to Tamil Nadu today, and I was not able to communicate in Tamil because I am not a native Tamilian. So it was becoming quite difficult for me to even talk to a taxi driver for even the fare, the amount. So he was not able to tell the amount in English. That was becoming a problem for me. So I guess that way English is quite important these days, and it has become a global necessity. So even you visit a website. There is one of the recently I've visited a website, and it was in the native language of like Tamil, and I was not able to understand until I could even realize there was a translation button which could convert entire thing in English. So I guess it's quite important. English has become quite important for regional people to communicate among themselves.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Thank you, dear. So next is Subha Rao.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Could you please tell me the skills of communication?
Skills.
Yes.
So first of all, the main skill when it comes to communication is listening and speaking. And when it comes to listening and speaking, I think it's more about listening is important. We should first listen what the person is trying to communicate and listen completely what he has to say. Then we should speak, because lot of miscommunications happen just because someone couldn't understand what the person is saying, or he interrupted him before it completed. Then followed by this, I would say reading, then lastly to write. Because if I was a tourist and if I am going somewhere, except of reading, speaking or listening, I should be able to read what the signboard says, or what the general direction says over there.
Okay, thank you. Next is Tarun Chaudhary. Tarun, are you there? Might be he's not there. So next is Abhishek.
Yes, ma'am.
Abhishek, do you know who brought the educational policy in India at first time?
Ma'am,
It
according
was
to
a
me,
yes,
according to
please.
me, I think that it was brought by the Lord Macaulay by the Macaulay Minute.
Fine, thank you. That's it, dear. Okay, next is how many of you are left? Okay, Lalit. Lalit, are you there? Lalit is not there, I think. Yashasvi,
Yes, ma'am.
beta, tell me one thing. What is the role of government to promote Hindi language and English language?
Okay, so there is a union ministry, home ministry, which and there's also linguistic ministry which works on it. And if you see, all our Supreme Court hearings, all are what we say, any warnings by meteorological department or by disaster management, they are in two languages, Hindi and English. So they have used both of these languages as their official means of communication. Mostly English, Hindi is like both of they post all their documents in both of the languages, like first page in English and second page in Hindi. So yes, from the starting itself, they use both of the languages very strongly, and they play a big role in like uh, many people like who want to apply for government jobs. They had to learn English and Hindi, both of them, if they do not know. And like all they made the English and Hindi. So based on that, yes, because of government or administrative decisions, these languages are more used, or more people had to learn it for their economic or job opportunities. And culturally also, I think with language it also brings If you learn a language, you also get to learn a bit of the culture of the language. It's not just it's a mean of communication.
Okay. Fine. Thank you. Next is Sandeep. Sandeep, might you came two times? Yes. Sandeep, are you there? No, he's not there. Okay. Lakshita?
Yes, ma'am.
Lakshita, where are you from?
I'm from Tamil Nadu, ma'am. I'm born and brought up in Chennai, but I'm from Rajasthan.
You are basically from Rajasthan, right?
Yes.
So there is a situation for you. Your friend is from Rajasthan and you are from Tamil Nadu, right?
Yes.
You are not able to speak Hindi language and she is not able to speak English language.
Oh, English. Okay.
Okay. So how would you handle that person if the person is not able to English language, and you are not able to understand Hindi language?
Okay. So, ma'am, I feel like every time language is not important, ma'am. Yes, it is important as the mode of communication, but there are various mode of communications as well. Like actions might be like. I feel like even for example, if I don't understand Hindi, but there are many like we can make them understand. There are many ways. Like for example, I can show them the actions, or might be I could learn that language and then make them understand like what it means basically. So I also feel like, ma'am, it there should be one language which should be spoken. Like a person should know a language, like it should be normalized basically, instead of having multiple languages. Like a person should really know a language wherein he or she can communicate. Yes, ma'am. So yes, for communication, language is important. He or she should definitely know the language, at least one of the language. And also, there are many mode of communication apart from language. Obviously, by mode of communication, yes. But if a person is not able to understand a particular language, it is very difficult for the survival, ma'am. Like if I visit another for another region, say for example, as I said, say Canada. Like I have seen many like yeah, even including me, when I spoke Hindi, they were like literally terrified, like they didn't like that. So I feel like instead of promoting their own language, there should be something wherein a language should be known by the people.
Achha. Okay.
Yes,
Fine,
ma'am.
fine, fine. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Varun, I think Varun is not there. Shubham Sharma. Shubham is not there. Last one is Ansh.
Yes, ma'am.
Ansh, what do you want to say about the language barrier?
About the
What
language
is your
barrier,
what is your opinion about the language barriers?
in my opinion, it is a barrier. Obviously, we it is a problem in making policy for the government, but
Okay.
like it is not a problem which is not solvable. We can solve it, but like solving with the force, it is, I don't think so. It is a good option. The China has like single ethnicity, where I know, as of I know, it is only a single language which is Chinese or something else, but it have the advantage to not have a language barrier. But India have it. In my opinion, it is a barrier, and as I say in start, it is not. It is solvable, but yeah, it is barrier.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Ansh. Anyone is left whom I not mentioned in the this question era, or anyone is left? Please let me know. Few people are not there, I think. Accepted all those people. Anyone is left? I think Tanmay is there.
Yes, ma'am.
Uh,
Uh, Hello.
you haven't. Yes, yes, please.
You haven't spoken, right, Tanmay?
Yeah, ma'am.
Uh, then you can shortly give, like, take two
You
minutes
haven't
and give
spoken
your
before.
stance.
Yes.
We'll mark you according to that
Tanmay,
because uh,
what is your opinion about the topic? Please
Okay, ma'am.
elaborate.
Okay,
Yes.
ma'am. There's a barrier in there's a language barrier in India, obviously. And let's say I'm from Rajasthan, and the northern part of India. Here, people are more sophisticated, and I would say these people are not does not worry about any language. They just want to be communicate in any terms they want to. Let's say let's take my example. I live in Alwar, Rajasthan, and I have a friend from Chennai, and he doesn't know Hindi, but he knows English, and English is the most common language we use nowadays because right now I'm speaking English. So I would consider talk to him in English. Or if he don't know English, I would probably use a Google Translate or something like that because there are solutions out there. You can just communicate if you want to. And there are people who are making fun of the languages, disrespecting them. Let's say, if I'm going to Chennai, let's say I'm coming to Chennai right now for Paradox. I would be in a group of people, and if they don't know Hindi and I know Hindi, they would probably make fun of me, saying that bro, Hindi is not a language and all because uh, I was a part of this before, so I'm saying that. And those guys doesn't want to speak in Hindi; they just want to disrespect it. They just want to make a barrier. Uh, in simple words, they just want to complicate the thing, not want to find a solution. They want us to learn Tamil or we can say Malayalam, any South language out there, but they do not want to speak in English either. And there are many possible ways you can solve this out, but still, people do not want to. They just want to complicate for this political matter, and in South there's a lot of things going out there. So I would probably say it's a barrier, obviously, but it can be solved.
Okay. It's a good answer, but some people think that grammar is very important to learn English.
Okay, ma'am.
Tanmay,
So
are you there?
yeah, I'm here.
Listen, please listen once. Some people are aware about that if we want to learn another language, whether it is about the English or Hindi, any one language, so grammar is important, right?
Yeah.
Do you really think that grammar is important to learn any language?
Ma'am, am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, so you asked me about the grammar. Okay, so the grammar is the key of any language. It's the heart of any language. And in my opinion, I would probably say that if I know Hindi, कि मैं हिंदी बोल सकता हूँ, and the basic Hindi, like the most basic part of Hindi, I can just purchase something from there, and it's the most basic conversation I could make. I don't know the most difficult words in Hindi or in English, but I know the basic words to communicate. The grammar is not important. The important thing is you should make a proper fluent accent that some other guy would understand you. The grammar is the thing when you came to write something or elaborate something on the stage. But if you're just out there to communicate with other peoples, you just have to know the basic part of the any language. It is not that big deal.
Okay, if you are saying grammar is important, so what do you listen about the descriptive and prescriptive grammar ever?
Yeah. As I'm a student of class 12th earlier, I read the descriptive grammar in my school education, and as they taught me English, so I know it. But I'm not saying grammar is important, ma'am. I'm saying it's the heart of any language, but it's not, it's not the thing to
So
communicate.
yes, that is very important to stay alive, है ना?
Yeah.
So you
So
can understand. You mean that?
uh, I'm saying that grammar is the
Okay,
heart
good.
of the language, but it's not like you need to know the grammar to communicate. You just know the basic conversation skills. You just need to have the basic conversation skills. As I'm learning Japanese right now, I know the level N5 level Japanese, and you just need to know the basic conversation, not the that grammar and all. If you're just asking for like, let's say I want to eat rice, so I'm saying that gohan kudasai, but in Hindi I would say mujhe chawal chahiye, and there's no grammar in it. See, you just need to know the word and you are gonna pronounce it. It's the basic conversation you can ever make to a person. So I'm saying it's important if you are learning this thing. But if you just need to have a conversation, you don't need to know any descriptive grammar or anything.
Okay. Thank you.
Welcome, ma'am.
Anyone is left?
Am I allowed to add something to the question that was asked previously to Tanmay?
Who wants to say something? Is there anybody?
Yes, this is Vignesh Mishra. I wanted to add something to what was asked, on what was asked. So, the notion of prescriptive and descriptive grammar is very important. It is a concept used often in linguistics. Descriptive grammar is where people describe the way how language is spoken or used by the speakers. There is no correct way. They say whatever the speakers use, that has to be described. That is grammar. Then there is a prescriptive format where say this is correct, this is the correct way, any deviation is wrong, this is how it is done. Now it depends a lot as to how like it depends a lot on history as to how people perceive it, but this is two distinct ways that linguists have categorized it. And grammar becomes like when we have to pick up words, the vocabulary, at that stage, say I have to learn Tamil, for example, I'll say non Vignesian, I'll say I'm Vignesh. At that level grammar may not be as important because I'm just picking words. My brain, the neural networks in my brain are making connections, the neurons. But once I know sufficient number of words, I need to know certain grammar to be able to form better sentences. Grammar, the study of grammar provides us with a structure for us to express ourselves. It helps us, it aids our cognition to be able to form such sentences, to be able to express ourselves better. It is a systematic study, and that is its role.
Okay. Uh, there is a question in my mind. I'm taking your time as well. So just leave it. We'll ask some other day. So anybody else want to say something?
Yeah, ma'am, am I allowed to say something to Vignesh?
Okay, please keep the time in mind because we have already extended an hour. So whatever you are speaking, be mindful of what you are going to say and contribute
Okay.
to this discussion effectively. You can, if you
Want to
want to
add
say
on?
something personal, you can say on the DMs as well.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, I just want to say that if you are learning any language and want to do the basic conversation, the guy Vignesh is saying that you need to know the descriptive grammar. But the thing is, you need to know just subject, verb, object for order to just say anything. And it's the basic part of learning a language. It's not like learning the descriptive part of a language. You just need to make a communication. That's what the topic is about. It's not about learning a language. It's just about to make a conversation in any different language. So I was asked to for that if an grammar is important for a topic. I was not asked if grammar is important for the learning a language. I was asked that grammar is important for a conversation. So that's what I'm saying. That time you just need to know the subject verb order form to just learn anything, and it's different in many languages. So I'm not saying that Vignesh is wrong. I'm just saying, I'm just defending myself, that this guy is saying that you need to know the descriptive grammar, but the thing is, the main thing is, you need to know the order, not the descriptive grammar. You are making a basic conversation, guy, bro. You're not making you're not doing anything like that. You're just making a basic conversation. You're not gonna say that, bro, like in English I would say just I want to eat the sushi, and the sushi is the very best food I've ever eaten. And you're not making any this kind of conversation with the waiter out there. You're just asking him, can I have the sushi please? That's what I'm saying. It's the basic conversation. You just need to know the order, not the descriptive grammar.
Okay. So everybody has a different perspective about it, है ना? So we should not argue with each other. That you both people are right about yourself. Means every you people have the different aspect about the descriptive and prescriptive. But you should understand. I would suggest you read a book
Ma'am, you are not audible. Your audio is getting stuck, I believe.
in 2 or 3 words. Like, am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible. Ma'am, can you kindly repeat again?
Am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible now.
I think 3 people have raised up.
Ma'am, if the questions are over, ma'am, kindly give like
Yes,
a
here
feedback, general feedback.
questions are over.
Yes, ma'am, they were general feedback
Yes.
because uh, yeah, we have already extended the time limit a lot, right? So, ma'am, please give the feedback. We need
First of all, I
feedback.
would say it's yes. First of all, I would say thank you to you all. It's my pleasure to be a judge. It's not kind of a judge, I would say. I was just listening the clarity of your issues, your views about your presentation, how you present yourself, how you are sharing your views. I was not able to judge you people. Actually, uh, see, teacher is always a learner. Not only the teacher. If I say everybody is a learner in this way, in this world as well, right? So I was not judging you people. I was just listening you people carefully, that what you are saying about the language, what kind of views you people have to listen to about the language as well, especially in India, right? So language is not more than a just means of a communication. It is a window into culture, identity, thought, and emotions. So linguistics is a scientific study of a language. This is the basic definition of linguistics. ठीक है? So linguistics allows us to explore how language structured. It can be any language. So you people presented yourself very well. I would say it's my pleasure to be part of this event. I would love to join you again soon. I would love to join you again soon. In 40, right? So that's it. I won't take much time. It's already 9:40. So everybody is looking for the dinner as well, I think. So I should wrap up here. Anybody wants to share something? You can. Otherwise, over to you, Smriddhi. Thank you so much. Thank you, team. And thank you, participants.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Everybody, good
Thank you.
night.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good night, ma'am.
Good
Good
night.
night, ma'am.
Good
Thank
night.
you.
Good night, ma'am.
Smriddhi, should I leave?
Yes, ma'am. So, thank you for contributing to our event. We really love that you gave us the feedback, and since this is your specialty, this is your field, we are glad that we got to have you in this event. We would like to have you in other events also, but thank you for contributing here and entertaining our thoughts and experiences. Thank you very much, ma'am.
My pleasure, dear. Thank you so much. Good luck,
Just
everyone.
one thing. I think Varun hasn't taken a question yet. He has written in the chat box as well.
Varun wants to say something.
I just wanted to ask. I have a quick question. I actually have a university exam tomorrow. Can I leave the meeting?
Yes, yes,
Oh, yes,
surely.
yes.
Thank you.
Varun did get a chance to speak. I believe that he has no question. He has it in the chat box. So thank you, everyone. You may leave. Thank you all for contributing effectively to this discussion. This was a meaningful learning experience for all of us here, and such a thought provoking session, I must say. Thank you all. You may leave. Thank you, ma'am.
My pleasure,
Thank you,
dear.
ma'am.
Thank you.